Welcome to the deep dive.
Listener name every now and then.
We get a stack of sources that just screams.
Hold on, things are changing faster than we thought.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what happened when we saw your request about India and the U.S.
I have to agree.
What we're seeing isn't just like a warming up of relations,
Right.
but a realignment with
Yeah.
global implications.
And to really understand it, we're diving deep into this analysis from Takshashila Institution's Technopolitic newsletter.
It breaks down the latest joint fact sheet from President Biden and Prime Minister Modi's meeting.
Which is basically a roadmap for where this partnership is going.
And one of the biggest surprises.
Semiconductors.
Yeah.
Remember when India was frustrated
Yeah, it was a sticking point for a while.
because the U.S. wouldn't just hand over
India felt like the U.S. wasn't taking their tech ambitions seriously.
its top-tier tech, unlike some other countries?
But this fact sheet, wow. This new compound semiconductor fab.
They're building in India for advanced stuff like next-gen telecom.
That's huge.
It's a complete 180-degree turn.
Previously, this kind of collaboration was unthinkable.
Now it's a joint defense project signaling a level of trust we haven't seen before.
And it's not just government to government anymore.
Global Foundries, a major U.S. chipmaker,
Is setting up an R&D center in Kolkata.
focused on AI chips.
This is the private sector putting its money where its mouth is.
It's like the U.S. suddenly realized, wait, India has the talent.
The drive and, frankly, the need to become a major player in this tech
Absolutely.
and securing the global chip supply chain.
That benefits everyone, especially with all the geopolitical uncertainty these days.
India is also now part of the U.S.'s International Technology Security and Innovation Fund.
Which is basically a big pool of money
Right.
to make sure the world isn't reliant on just a few countries for these crucial chips.
So, listener name, if you're wondering why this matters to you,
Imagine your phone, your laptop, your car.
all being cheaper and more advanced because of this collaboration.
Okay, but can we talk about space for a second?
This part blew my mind.
The joint research project between NASA and ISRO
That's the Indian Space Research Organization, by the way.
on the International Space Station.
It's been pushed to 2025.
Okay, a slight delay, but still.
An Indian astronaut group captain Shubhenshu Shukla
We'll be piloting that mission.
with group captain Prashanth Nair as backup.
Talk about a giant leap for representation in space exploration.
It is a powerful symbol, no doubt.
And it's not just symbolic,
The mission itself will be run by Axiom Space.
a private American company.
So we're seeing this fascinating interplay of government agencies and private companies coming together.
Which seems to be the theme of this whole partnership,
Yes.
right?
And speaking of ambitious, did you see the part about the lunar gateway?
I mean, a space station for the moon.
Are we living in a science fiction novel?
The ambition is certainly there.
Well, the timeline might be a bit fluid. The very fact they're talking about building a lunar base speaks volumes about how far this partnership has come and where it's headed.
And this isn't just about space races and moon bases.
Right.
This deep dive highlighted all these other areas where,
The U.S. and India are suddenly clicking clean energy for one.
clean energy.
There's a huge push for collaboration there.
What's fascinating here is the scale,
We're not talking about pilot projects anymore.
right?
This fact sheet outlines a joint initiative.
With a target of $1 billion.
Whoa,
That's billion with a B,
$1 billion.
to secure clean energy supply chains.
That's a serious commitment. What exactly?
Are they funding with that kind of money?
A whole range of clean energy technologies.
Think renewable energy sources like solar and wind.
Energy storage solutions, even things like high-efficiency cooling systems.
And here's the interesting part.
Okay.
They're emphasizing manufacturing in both India and the U.S.
So it's not just about developing the tech together.
It's about building the industries in both countries.
Exactly.
It's about creating jobs, boosting economies, and making both countries less reliant on, shall we say, less than reliable players in the global market.
Speaking of which, there was this whole section on Open RAN.
Which honestly sounded a bit like alphabet soup to me at first.
Sure.
Help me out here. What's the big deal with Open RAN?
Imagine you're stuck with one cable provider for your internet, right?
Right.
No other options.
Okay.
That's kind of what the telecom industry looks like now.
With a few big players controlling most of the technology,
Open RAN is about breaking up that monopoly.
creating a more open and interoperable system,
So more competition.
more innovation, and probably better prices for consumers in the long run.
You got it.
And this is where India becomes a really interesting test case.
The fact sheet mentions a pilot project with Qualcomm, Mavenir, and Airtel.
Those are major players in the telecom world, by the way.
testing out Open RAN tech in India.
So it works there.
It could have ripple effects across the globe.
Wow.
Think about it. Listener name.
Faster, cheaper, more secure internet.
That's what's on the table here.
And it all goes back to this deepening partnership between the U.S. and India.
It's kind of mind-blowing, actually, when you think about the sheer scope of what they're trying to do together.
Semiconductors, space, clean energy, even reshaping the internet. Are we witnessing the birth of a new kind of superpower alliance?
It really does make you wonder if we're looking at
A whole new chapter in geopolitics.
we very well could be.
For a long time.
The U.S.-India relationship felt more like a promise yet to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
But what's happening now is concrete.
We're seeing this shift from, let's talk about collaborating,
Right.
to look at what we're already doing together.
And it's not just the doing, it's the variety.
Perfect.
Space exploration, semiconductors, clean energy.
It's remarkable.
They're tackling these huge, complex global challenges.
And they're choosing to do it side by side.
It's like they've realized.
Their strengths complement each other.
Yeah.
The U.S. with its innovation and venture capital.
Right.
And India with its engineering talent and growing market.
It's a potent combination.
But, and there's always a but, right?
Of course.
No partnership is perfectly smooth sailing.
Exactly.
What are the potential bumps in the road here? Listener name.
What should we be watching for in the years to come?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have two democracies.
Each with their own unique political systems,
Right.
their own economic interests,
Ah.
even their own historical baggage.
Finding common ground is one thing,
Maintaining it, that's the real challenge.
especially in a world that seems to get more complicated by the day.
Oh, absolutely.
New technology, shifting alliances, unexpected crises.
Can this partnership weather those storms?
We can speculate,
But only time will tell.
right?
However, one thing is certain.
The U.S.-India relationship is no longer something to keep an eye on in the distant future.
It's unfolding right now, and it has the potential to reshape the world as we know it.
Well, listener name, there you have it.
We've gone from semiconductors to space stations.
From clean energy to, well, a cleaner internet.
Hopefully we've given you a lot to think about.
As always, it's been a pleasure diving into these complex topics with you.
Until next time, keep exploring.
And keep those fascinating deep dive requests coming.
Who knows what we'll uncover next?